Hi, everybody. Are you ready?
Almost. Okay.
Okay.
From beautiful, hot, dry Southern California, it's the Suzanne Summers Show. And here she is.
Yay! Oh, my audience of two. Hi, Caroline.
Hello.
Well, I'm sitting here with my beautiful Gut Renew shake. So guess what? We're going to talk about Gut Renew today. But it's ironic that every time I passed the TV set today, there was some talk about gut health. I don't know if it was commercials or what. I wasn't like watching. It was just like, wow, there must be a lot of people with a lot of problems with their gut. And I know that I was one of them. I'm sure a lot of you watching are part of that, part of the population. I just have to say this thing I say over and over and over again. We're under the greatest environmental assault in the history of humanity. And our GI tracts and our livers were never meant to process all the chemicals and pollution that we're having to deal with. And it's taking its toll, and you know it. So that is why we came up with Gut Renew. And
Oh, by the way,
yeah,
today, and again, I'm giving you the headline because I didn't see the entire segment, but on television today, they've just finished doing a major study about stuff you rub on in the sun.
yeah, the
What is it called?
sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, I was talking to Caroline about, we have a great one that is non-toxic. And I had been writing about the dangers of sunscreen because of the chemicals are in it, in particular benzene. And some of the manufacturers don't even put benzene in their sunscreen, but in the process of making it, it formulates on its own. And we will have our sunscreen very soon. I love it. I love our sunscreen. And we used to do the tinted sunscreen, which was so fantastic. And we are trying several samples right now to come up with the right color, because the original makers of that tint are no longer making it for us. So that's to come. TK, as they say in our business.
What do you say in our business?
TK.
TK.
To come. To come.
Is come spelled with a K?
K, no, but it's how like when I'm
That's if you're in the know. If you're in the know.
well, you know where it's really where they use that is when you write books and you send it to your editor, and I will say a reference to this TK. We all know what that means.
Okay.
So that's because I'm an author.
Okay.
I love talking about the gut. I understand the gut. I could write a whole book, and I probably will, but we put together this Gut Renew 30-day challenge booklet that's got so much information in it, because I figured if you are at a point in your health where you have gut issues, you don't want to sit and read a 350-page book right now. You will down the road. And there's so much to learn about it. The connection between the gut and the brain is phenomenal. And if you think about it, we have a lot of brain issues with young people, adolescents, older people. Why? Well, it makes sense if along the barrier wall is where we make all our neurotransmitters, and it's not working correctly, that signal is not getting up there properly. The barrier wall of the gut, believe it or not, is the length of a tennis court. All this stuff in here. It's amazing that we can poop, because it's got to go this way and that way and this way and that way and this way and that way. And the probiotics, which I'm going to talk about in a little while, and the balance and the right ratio of probiotics is what helps with the contraction and relaxation of the GI tract to make things flow through. But probably what you're noticing is that the flow is a little clogged or non-existent, or if any of you notice, it kind of all just gets stuck up here. And what we hope to achieve with our Gut Renew, and what so many of you are saying, is that by having a smoothie, we have one every morning, but if you're on the 30-day gut challenge, you have a smoothie in the morning and a smoothie in the afternoon, and then a healthy dinner, a great dinner. Like we had a healthy dinner last night, Alan, if you think about what we had. We had lamb chops with my fresh pesto, and we had a
great pesto.
Yeah, great pesto. And then a baked baby yam, and we had asparagus and a salad and artichoke. That's a healthy dinner, and it was filling. And when we were finished with our dinner, did you notice there wasn't like one left? All that was left were the lamb chop bones. And it was so good, and we were both like sucking on the lamb chop bones. So what the offer is today is the 30-day gut challenge. Now, you can always buy one bag. That's fine. Buy one bag and try it out. That's fine.
As a matter of fact, I have a note here. Sylvia Lovin says, I'd like to know how long one bag will last if you take if you do 2 smoothies a day, as stated in the 30-day challenge. I bought it. Will it last for 30 days? Please respond.
One bag for 30 days? No.
No, it's 6 bags for 30 days for the Gut Renew 30-day challenge.
The scoop is in the bag. Like in this, look at this beautiful smoothie here. I mean, is that a penance? It's 2 spoons. Like when I make them for Alan and I put 2 scoops for me and 2 scoops for him. And then I put the frozen fruit, whatever you want. Like this is strawberries, and I think it's mainly strawberries. I can't remember.
Coconut milk, and I think you put a little bit of orange juice in it.
Yeah, okay. My usual recipe, and you can do anything you want, is the frozen organic fruit, because that's your ice. And you want the ice to get it all kind of cold and wonderful like a summer drink. And then I add coconut milk to cover the fruit. And then I personally like to add a spoonful of organic yogurt, because I like getting a little bit of yogurt into me every day, because that's also about balancing the microbiome for me, the way it works. Some people get gassy from yogurt. Some people can't handle it. I can't. I like it. And then I whip it up, and this is what you get, and it's delicious. It really is. And then if you were on the 30-day gut challenge, you would have another one of a different one, like the one we had this morning, Al, the one we started out with. We did the peanut butter and banana and chocolate almond milk and coconut milk, and that was like heavenly. I hated to see it go. Imagine a smoothie that is good for you that you hate to finish it because it tastes so good.
Yep.
There are things in the Gut Renew that none of us would ever think to have every day, and you'd never have all of this every day. I'm just going to really quickly go through it. Fermented pea protein, sprouted brown rice protein, organic hemp protein, Sasha Inchi. You have any of that? I've been to Peru lately. That's where that comes from, and it was used for health reasons in Peru for centuries. Digestive enzyme blends, probiotic, fermented blend, prebiotic, I'll explain the difference there, Jerusalem artichoke, trifala blend powder, marshmallow extract, organic ginger powder, organic turmeric powder, organic sea buckthorn juice powder, organic Ceylon cinnamon powder, shiitake mushroom powder, 58 fruits and vegetables, 50 sea minerals, organic sweetener and flavor. I mean, that's just loaded. And then if on top of that you eat healthy food, you can get your gut back in shape pretty quickly doing that. It helps to support the barrier wall. Remember, the barrier wall is the length of a tennis court. All this like rope. Your stomach is over here. What everybody thinks is their stomach is where your intestines are, and that's when the clog happens. Comes out of the stomach, gets into the stomach, and then it has to make a right-hand turn into the intestines. And if the intestines are all clogged up, the probiotic can't even get into the intestines because it's like a wall of gunk in there. So it's a big challenge to take on your gut. But if your gut isn't healthy, you're not healthy. You're not. And then if your gut isn't healthy, you're taking chances with your brain. So it's a really, I think that's the reason that this Gut Renew 30-day challenge, or just buying bags at a time, has been so phenomenally successful. We've had, in our entrepreneurial career, Alan and I, we've had another great success, which of course you know is the Thigh Master. This is rivaling, and it has only been out, not even a full year. I guess a full year now, rivaling the Thigh Master in its popularity. And I've said this before, but our most recent order was 72 tons. Do you know how many bags 72 tons is? This is under a pound here, so.
Yeah, that's just under 11 ounces.
Yeah, so.
Or,
so
if you're in the rest of the world, 500 grams.
that would be Canadian amounts,
And the
right?
rest of the world. I think
I
the rest
know.
of the world is on the metric system.
How come we're not?
Because actually we've tried it legislatively.
Uh-huh.
They did pass laws years ago that
Uh-huh.
we were going to convert, and then it just never happened. The answer is, I don't know, maybe we didn't want to. Maybe there's one other country.
Maybe it's
I
too
don't
hard.
know.
Maybe it's too hard for all of us to learn. You know, we're
I
into
don't know.
pounds.
Yeah,
and,
maybe the UK is still on
Yeah.
inches. you know.
Right.
Anyway,
We have so many testimonials flying in, guys.
Oh, read them.
I-
Read them.
Oh my goodness. Joni Doman said, Suzanne, I'm on the first bag and I can't begin to tell you how much better I feel. I
Wow.
have 2 friends that recently ordered because of the way it has helped me with just 1 bag.
Good for, I'm so happy for you. So happy for you.
We have, that's Joni. Hold on, I'm looking for more here.
Okay. Well, while you're looking, as I said, you can purchase 1 bag and see how you like it,
or
6 bags.
Here
which
it is here.
the 30-day gut challenge.
this is the Gut Renew 30-day challenge. This is the basic kit. It's Gut Renew Superfood Protein Formula, 6 bags, 60 servings, 30-day challenge program guide, which is beautiful. The retail $294, sale $199. Then
here's the program guide. Let me just thumb through and show you. All the recipes for all the different smoothies are in here, and then the information about the gut and all the ingredients and what they do and why.
Then there is the Gut Renew 30-day challenge essentials kit, 30-day supply, Gut Renew Superfood Protein Formula, 6 bags, 60 servings, 30-day challenge program guide, advanced probiotic intestinal renew, plus the prebiotic gut renew. Okay? There it is. And one more. This is the Gut Renew 30-day challenge transformation kit. It's got the Superfood Protein Formula, 6 bags, 60 servings, 30-day challenge program guide, the advanced probiotic intestinal renew, prebiotic gut renew, and gentle colon renew, which we make every night before we go to bed.
Yes, we do. And I'll tell you what all those things do, but do you have another testimonial you want to read, Caroline?
I do. Sue Beagley said, I love Gut Renew. I drink it every day. In 1 week, I lost 6 pounds. I feel great, more energy, and delicious.
Energy's a big deal.
Now
When
we
your
don't.
guts-
We didn't present this as a weight loss
but
program.
so many people are saying it.
But so many people
Yeah.
are losing weight because
Yeah.
they're cleaning out their gut.
Yeah, I mean, imagine how many pounds of sludge you have in you. Ew, sludge.
Sludge.
Yeah. Sludge.
And also, weight loss is about metabolism. So if you can make your digestive system more efficient, which is what Suzanne's helping you do with all these nutrients, it does help with weight loss.
So which one is the offering with the probiotic and prebiotic and gentle colon renew?
That's the
the
essentials.
Okay, all right.
transformation.
Okay, so the essentials kit, you get the 6 bags, and you get the probiotic. I love our probiotic. I would put this up against anybody's. It's got all the different strains. My eyes aren't good enough to read them.
Well, then you should use our Ocular Renew.
I do use our ocular reading. This is the first year, not bad, I'm 74, where I really need to read with glasses.
Oh yeah, you look like an extremely attractive librarian.
A professional secretary's not a plaything.
While you're getting your glasses, Ruby Starfeather said, I love it. I've been having one for breakfast every day for 5 weeks. I've lost 6 pounds and no more bloating.
Wow.
The weight loss was a bonus. She's at 118 now.
Wow. Wow. Well, the weight loss is a bonus. It's the energy that you get back. Because imagine the key component of your body, your GI tract, if that's sluggish and filled up, how are you going to have any energy? How are you going to get through the day? And so many people are exhausted. What so many of you tell me, you call it dog tired. I'm dog tired. That's what that is. You're all full of sludge. So What is in...
So hold on, Suzanne. Nita Cantu said, I've been on Gut Renew for 3 weeks. My energy is so much better, and my brain fog is gone. Thank you for such an amazing product.
Brain fog. That's interesting because, like I said, you know, the gut-brain connection. Now look at this probiotic. What's different about it? Can you hold that in front of the camera there?
Okay.
This dual encapsulation that I've told you about means that if you see, like, there you are on Instagram.
I don't know if you can see that.
I don't know if you can see it. Looks like half of it is clear. All right, that's the dual encapsulation. The clear part is what is intended to, for lack of a better term, melt in the stomach. Why? Because you have stomach acid, or you probably don't have enough stomach acid, which is why you're always taking antacids, which is just a Band-Aid. It's never going to fix it. So the food comes down, takes a left-hand turn into the stomach right here. And in our stomach, we make hydrochloric acid. I'll get to that in a minute. So the dual encapsulation goes in there. The stomach acid, like I said, not a medical term, melts the outer capsule, and then when it makes its right-hand turn into your intestines, then it releases all the probiotic, which is where you want it, in the intestines, to keep the microbiome in balance. And what does that mean? It means you want bad guys and good guys. You need the bad guys and you need the good guys, but you need the right ratio of them, and that's what this does. But before you take your probiotic, here is the prebiotic. And you think, well, what's that? Prebiotic is food for the probiotic, meaning the prebiotic makes the probiotic work better. And then Alan and I, faithfully every night before we go to bed, we have our Gentle Colon Renew, which we put a spoon of this into warm water, so it's like a cup of tea before bed. Tastes great. It's like a fizzy lemon tea. Its magnesium is one of the main ingredients in here, and vitamin C and vitamin B, good things. And is zinc in there also? Magnesium? No, vitamin B and C and magnesium. Magnesium.
Mainly the magnesium, and the magnesium and vitamin C is the main ingredient.
And magnesium is a calming mineral. And when I interview Dr. Blaylock, and I interview him regularly, he's brilliant, and he says we're all magnesium deficient, and that taking magnesium in whatever form you can get it is important every day. So this is how we get our magnesium at night, and it makes you kind of a little sleepy, but it also helps with elimination. So two great things from having this little cup of delicious tasting, warm, fizzy, lemony tea. The other night, after one of the shows, and then we went down and had our dinner. It was a really nice dinner. And I was tired that day because we'd been working all day, and I said, let's take a bath. And we filled the bathtub with Epsom salts, which is a lot of magnesium, and our coconut body oil. I put a couple of droppers. How about that bath, Al? Huh? Come over here.
Incredible.
It was. And when we first got in, the water was too hot, and we're both going like that. But then we adjusted to it, and about a half hour later, we both woke up. We were in the deepest sleep.
By the way, this is not a tequila.
No.
This is water. Okay.
No, I only have my one tequila at 5.
I finished my water. That's why I came over to drink
To get
your
mine?
water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, save some for me. And I highly recommend a bath. And then when you couple it with the Gentle Colon Renew, this is like pretty great. There's nothing as healthy as a good night's sleep. And we sleep probably at least 8 hours a night, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in this heat. You get tired during the day.
Plus we have a little nap in the afternoon.
Yeah, well, we're that stage of life, yeah.
Yeah, we just started that, 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, well, you started a year ago, then I joined you this year, and now we both do it. I look forward to it. Yeah, it is. It really is.
But a good sleep and a good poop. I mean, that really...
that says it all. It is. It's,
There's a book title.
Well, Dr. Bernard Jensen used to write these. He was one of the first writers of natural and alternative health, and he said, life is a flow. Flows through you and out of you, and that's the way it's all supposed to work. But in today's world...
Deborah Roselle said, I ordered the prebiotic supplement, loving my gut renew, flat stomach, and not bloating, losing 7 pounds so far.
Wow, good for you, Deborah. Wonderful. Yeah, like Alan said, we did not create this as a weight loss program. And then because so many of you are telling us about weight loss, we go, well, it makes sense, doesn't it? We're just trying to help you heal your gut.
Also, a lot of people are getting flat stomachs, including me.
Yeah, yeah.
I've lost 3 holes off my belt.
I know. Look at your stomach there. That's your stomach. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Let me see your stomach. Here,
Yeah.
Here's your stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, my
Yeah,
stomach
you know,
is here,
and-
right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Alan, go ahead.
No, I'm
Well,
just pointing.
you are rubbing your intestines, which means
that's
your
right, yeah.
your flow. Yeah.
I'm just pointing to my stomach that's somewhere in here. Okay?
I just wanted to mention, if you're looking at the different offers that we have for the 30-day challenge, the basic kit, you're going to get your Gut Renew, the smoothie formula, and you can add that to your 2 smoothies a day. You have a clean, healthy meal. Suzanne explains all about the eating program in the program guide. It's super simple. If you feel like you need a little more help with supporting healthy digestion, I highly recommend you at least get Suzanne's prebiotic and probiotic. That's the next level up. And that's what she's talking about, that critical balance of your gut flora. You need those good guys and bad guys, so that's the second step up. And then if you also have occasional constipation or you feel like you need a little help in digesting and eliminating more easily, add the Gentle Colon Renew. That kit with those 3 items is where people are really just finding incredible transformation. So we hope you can jump in on that today. And everything is already discounted on the website. You don't need an extra code. These are already our best deals for Gut Renew is with the 30-day challenge kits.
But that's not all. We have one more offering today, which is what's this one called, where we add the HCl?
The transformation.
It is?
I think so.
No, those are those we sell separately. The betaine HCl and the digestive enzymes.
Okay, it's not an offer. All right, let me talk about this. I had some friends over the other night, and I was talking, because I take betaine HCl, which is really hydrochloric acid, before each meal, and at the end of each meal I take digestive enzymes. Why? For me, I had radiation 21 years ago when I had breast cancer. What they didn't tell me, because I had such heartburn after the radiation, just constant acid reflux and discomfort, is that radiation eliminates your body's ability to make hydrochloric acid for life. So no wonder I was having all these terrible symptoms, and then of course I was put on harsh drugs, and then more harsh drugs, and then other over-the-counter things to counteract the discomfort, and I just found it unacceptable. It's not the way I wanted to live my life. So I went and did my research, as I do. I talked to Dr. Wright, I talked to Dr. Blaylock, I talked to Dr. Hertog, all my favorite go-to doctors around the world, and they all said the same thing. If you are aging, you're not making sufficient hydrochloric acid. That's why you've got indigestion a lot. Because if you don't have sufficient hydrochloric acid in your stomach, you're not able to digest all the good food you're eating. So you're eating the good food, but there's nothing breaking it down and sending it out to all the places where the body's going, I can use some of that, I can use some of that. And so for me, because I was no longer making any, I had to initially, to get ready, to get my stomach ready, Dr. Wright suggested that I take 3. He said if it doesn't burn, try 4. If it doesn't burn, try 5. Try 6. This was just for me. I'm not telling you that for you, but I was so damaged from that radiation treatment. Now I take 1 or 2 with each meal. Everything's kind of calmed down. My stomach is working right. My intestines are working right. But I know the importance of hydrochloric acid. So this friend was over the other night, and when I start talking about this, the next day I get an email. Can you tell me where to get that and how I should take it? So I realized that it struck a chord with him too. People are reluctant to mention, I've got that. So for me, a couple at the beginning of each meal, but probably for you 1. Start with 1 and see how it works. And then 1 or 2 digestive enzymes, because that's how nature did it. It first releases the hydrochloric acid in the stomach, and then at the end of the meal, then the digestive enzymes are released, and that helps you to digest. One is to extract all the important elements of the food you're eating with the hydrochloric acid, and the other is to digest. And
also, Suzanne, if you don't mind me just adding, one of the ways that you can tell if you're someone who might need that betaine HCl or the digestive enzymes, if right after you eat you find that you get bloated and you feel a lot of gassiness, or you get discomfort in your chest from the gassiness, that's how you know you may need to be a person who adds that betaine HCl or the digestive enzymes.
And that's how I felt after my radiation. I don't feel that anymore. It's such a pleasure to no longer have those issues. See, you don't want to take something that's a Band-Aid that just sort of hides the problem. I like to work at really supporting the issue and fixing it as best as it can. And so I think this is one of the best things you can take. So for sure, a probiotic. For sure, a prebiotic. If you want to add in the gentle colon renew for your magnesium. If you want to go further, the hydrochloric acid. If you want to go further than that, the digestive enzymes. This is all, if you go to cutting edge, integrative, alternative doctors, this is what you're going to walk out of their offices with, but probably not as good. This is so good. So again, like I said, you could start with one bag and just give it a try and make up. If you got one bag, I would also order the 30-Day Gut Renew Challenge program guide, because you got all the recipes in there. And once you look at all the different recipes we have for the different smoothies, then you can start getting creative on your own and putting in what you like. But a staple to each smoothie for me is coconut milk or raw almond milk or chocolate almond milk. Any more testimonials?
Sure, I'm just answering a bunch of questions. People are really excited here. People want to know about how you take the prebiotic and the probiotic.
It makes sense that you would sort of take the prebiotic. It's like a candy. Alan likes these, don't you?
Love it.
Yeah,
Ask for it.
Yeah, he does. It tastes good.
Yeah.
We make everything taste good. I don't like, health things to be a penance. And when I used to buy other smoothie mixes, it was always like, bleh, all this kind of icky, chalky, powdery tasting. Not this. This just tastes. Isn't this one delicious, Alan? So good. Mm.
So you take the prebiotic first?
Yeah, but you don't have to. It's important just to get them both in there, because they're both going to end up in your intestines and doing their job. But I don't know, in logic.
And it doesn't matter, the prebiotic and the probiotic, it doesn't matter if you take them with or without food or AM or PM. You just want to take them once a day as directed.
Yeah, for me, I take it once in the morning and once at night, but that's because I really had gut problems, and I really, with the radiation, got so much damage that I want to make sure I got enough good guys and enough bad guys in there. So you'll see. You'll try with one a day. If it makes a huge difference, that's what you need. If you feel you need more, maybe you need twice a day like me. Yes, Alan.
So Eva Luna says, how can I get your products? She must be a new addition to our family here. Just go to SuzanneSummers.com.
Yeah.
It's great. Just kind of roll around in there and check everything out. There are a lot of great products. Most everything is organic. It's all clean. They're all clean products.
Yeah.
We go out of our way, and it's in addition to us making them organic and clean, we also have an independent company. What's it called? The
Scientific Advisory Board of Life Extension.
Right, exactly. But then there's the little thing on each.
Oh, on
certified toxic.
Certified toxic free.
Certified toxic free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That requires very stringent guidelines in our organic. If you haven't tried our organic skincare, hair care, makeup, household cleaning products, they all have the certified toxic free insignia. Do you know what that means? As I say over and over again, we're under the greatest environmental assault in the history of humanity. That you're not adding any more environmental assault by using products that are certified toxic free, but it means it's got to be grown organically, extracted organically, and nothing upwind or downwind of the product can be toxic to contaminate it. Not easy to pull off, but we do, and we're really proud of our product.
So Virginia Hannah Plass said, I love Gut Renew. I drink it every day. Delicious.
Thank you.
Us too.
Virginia. Yeah, we do too. I don't even, I mean, I'm just going to say I don't really do it for health reasons. I do it because I like it. And it's how I get all my supplements down because when I add the yogurt to mine, it thickens it up a little bit. And for me, that makes the supplements go down a little easier. You'll find what works for you. Hey, Al, when after you read that, can you put the air conditioner, it's 100 degrees out today. Just shut up. Yeah. I remember.
You sure look good. You don't look like you're sitting in 100 degrees.
Well, thank you very much. And yeah, you know, I put on this dress that I have on right now, and I bought this a few years ago. I liked it so much. I also bought it in red and in black, and I haven't been able to wear it. And then because I was injured this year, I didn't even think of wearing it. I put it on today, and I thought the reason I wasn't able to wear it when I got it a few years ago is because my stomach was so bloated. The rest of me wasn't overweight. It's just my stomach, everything was sticking out. And so it's so good to be able to wear those clothes again.
So by the way,
absolutely.
Yeah.
by the way,
Yeah.
I can't remember the name, but a woman wanted to know if Gut Renew is available at Clark's. Now, most of the people don't know what Clark's is, but
Oh, yeah.
for the edification
Clark's.
of those people who live in the desert, Clark's is a fabulous supermarket,
Yeah.
and I wish we owned it. And it's
Why don't you buy it?
four generations of the Clark family.
Yeah. When a family owns, they own 4 stores. When
Well,
a
they-
family owns
yeah.
a store, they take great pride.
They were around before Whole Foods
Absolutely.
or any of the other stores.
Every single thing in the Clark's
Pretty
market
much.
is
Pretty much.
I've never seen anything that wasn't.
I'm not sure they have Gut Renew, Alan. I'm just checking.
Yeah, I don't think they
What
do.
they also I don't think he said that they did, but they should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They do have a kiosk, the Suzanne Organics kiosk, where you can, go in and look and try and feel and rub on and all that, all of our incredible, incredible products. So as you can see,
I just bought some organic corn on the cob.
that's hard
Fresh,
to find.
Beautiful. It's very hard to
Most
find.
corn is genetically
Yeah,
modified.
it's very hard to find.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Our garlic, we have a garlic patch
Yep.
outside our vegetable garden. My vegetable garden is pretty much done for the season. The last thing are artichokes. And I said yesterday, I'm a little disappointed in my artichokes. I've been waiting all season for them because they take the longest, and it's got aphids. And I wish you told me about the ladybug, and I totally forgot about ladybugs. When you have aphids, you release them at night. You order them online and get a box full of. How do you like to live the life of a ladybug? You arrive in a box.
It's actually a shaker. It's like a salt shaker.
Yeah. What karma did they get in the last life
Right.
that they had to be sold in
Right.
shakers? But anyway, you release the ladybugs at the end of the day, and then they go, oh yum, aphids. I
Yep.
love aphids, and that's how you get rid of them. Because I, of course, in an organic garden would never spray anything.
Well, I think if you don't have
lethal.
aphids, you can make a very light solution of organic soap
Yeah.
and water,
Yeah.
and spray that on,
Yeah.
and then let it sit for a little while,
Yeah.
and then hose it down.
I don't know why I didn't see it. I was so frustrated because I should have seen that. But I would just look at how big the artichokes were, and they weren't ready to pick, so I didn't go digging around. But yesterday when I went digging around in the leaves, I went, no. But beyond the garden, there's another little flat patch, and we planted garlic. And
Yeah, nobody goes near garlic.
no animal, they all go,
Yeah.
ooh. I'll tell you, fresh is always best. When you pull garlic from the ground like that, it's its own unique thing, so delicious, and I can't wait. There's a lemon pasta that I make. You know that one I made the other night I did 2 whole cloves of garlic, sliced, not chopped, not Cuisinarted. It took a while, but it makes it better. Just thin sliced. That's when you got time on your hands. And butter and olive oil, and I added parsley at the end and a little Parmesan cheese, but very, very simple. Just cook the pasta and then put it in the fry pan with the lightly sauteed garlic and butter and olive oil, and then I finished it with our Meyer lemon olive oil. Oh, it was so good. Remember how good?
Remember the old days
Yeah.
when I used to buy a
Hey,
pound of
Deborah-
fresh garlic, and we'd put them in the fry pan with some olive oil, and very gently, what do they call it? A golden turn.
Yeah.
They turn golden.
We had garlic weekends.
And we'd have a garlic weekend.
You
Then
want to poop, have a garlic weekend.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Patrick, I used to come into Step by Step on Mondays, and Patrick, who has one of those very sensitive noses, go, "Oh my God, did you have a garlic weekend this
and
weekend?"
you're going to have a kissing scene.
I love Patrick Duffy. What'd you say, Caroline?
Deborah Sezzles Demico said, after purchasing numerous different protein powders, I have finally found the one, Gut Renew. My stomach has never felt so calm after
Great.
drinking it. It's so much more than a protein powder.
Thank you, Deborah. I agree. When it's your own product, you can wax poetic only so much, but I just don't think, for me, I don't think there's anything better out there, ever. I've never tasted, I've never liked protein shakes. I've always thought they taste like chalk, and they taste, they've got a back taste that I don't like. Not this. This, you finish one and you wish you had another, and that's about the greatest thing you can say about a protein powder. What's up, Al? You found somebody?
Well, actually, someone mentioned that your dress also matches the umbrellas.
Huh.
Yeah. How did that happen?
It is interesting. If you notice the difference in the colors I've been wearing in these shows since we have the cabana set here, I have to think about what looks good with the background. And unfortunately, red doesn't really work with the background. I look great, I think, when I'm in the mood for red, but I can't wear any of my red clothes. But I really do. Thank you for noticing. I do think about it, because I believe we are in a what we all are aware of now are tele-pictures, whether it be online or on the television set or whatever. And we live in a medium of pictures, so you've got to create the nicest looking picture. So I'm glad you noticed. Thank you.
So somebody, Caroline, you can answer this question. How many grams of protein in Gut Renew?
20 grams per serving, 20 grams
Wow.
organic plant-based protein per serving. And, there are 4 different kinds of protein, and they're all highly digestible forms of protein. That's why some of those grains it's sprouted forms of protein, because they are more digestible. So very hand-selected, high-end quality protein.
For sprouted fermented pea protein, sprouted brown rice protein, organic hemp, and Sasha Inji, for those of you who haven't been to Peru lately. I've kind of always wanted to go to Peru, but traveling right now just doesn't look fun. I always thought that I would take that trek up the, what's that great hike in Peru that people talk?
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu. I always thought, that was on my bucket list, I always thought that I would take that trek, because we, for years and years, were great hikers. But
you
I
can
don't
do
know,
it now with AI, artificial intelligence.
yeah, but it's not the same. But I mean, it would be pretty. But I wanted the breathlessness and the challenge, the physical challenge. So now the physical challenge for me is walking up the hill from the parking lot to the kitchen. It's quite a trek, I must say.
It's a good walk.
Yeah,
It's an
right.
amazing walk.
Right.
Especially when it's 100 degrees.
Right. So do remember our probiotic. I just think that we came up with something so magnificent in this dual encapsulation, and the prebiotic makes food for the probiotic. Those are really important things, and if any of you have the gut issues that I had after my experience with breast cancer and radiation, the hydrochloric acid supplementation was a lifesaver for me, really. I never ever have heartburn or indigestion or anything ever again. And for the first couple of years after the backside of my breast cancer, I was pretty much in a state of discomfort at all times. And when you've had conditions that bring you down like that, when you get it mended, when you fix, you are so grateful for your well-running body and health. I think our job, our individual responsibility to ourselves, each of us, is to fix ourselves, whether it be our gut, whether it be through diet and weight, whether it be emotional. I talk a lot about the fact that I had therapy. I had to fix my emotions coming from the childhood that I did. That was the greatest thing I ever did for myself. And I told you recently, I know that was on Steven Tyler's, I did a podcast called Janie's Fund. And they were asking me about, what that was like. And I said, when I went to therapy, my mother, because it was a different era then, she said, please don't tell anybody you're going to therapy. And I said, why? She said, because they'll think that you're not mentally right. I said, if I don't go to therapy, I won't be mentally right. One of the things that I'm proud of myself is I am not a screwed up person. Am I, Alan?
Screwed up? No.
No, I am not a screwed up person. I see the part that I play in the dramas of my life, and I believe, this is Suzanne philosophy, I believe there is nothing more healing, nothing, than a heartfelt apology. But you first have to be humble and see the part you played in it and take responsibility for it. When you apologize from that place in your heart that is all honest, it is always accepted. Always, always.
So Diane Aramkin,
Yeah.
how much sugar is in Gut Renew? The answer is 0.
Zero, zero.
Zero
Yeah,
sugar.
0.
And only 3 carbs.
How about that, Diane? Do you think that we would make a smoothie with sugar? I don't even crave sugar anymore. When I first had my surgery and I lost the weight, I started indulging in ice cream after dinner every night because I wanted to gain weight. I've gained the weight. I don't have ice cream anymore, but it's interesting now that I don't need to put on any more weight. I have no craving for the sugar. I don't really eat cookies or any of those things that I used to. If you handed me a bag of cookies, I'd be like, remember Zion? He used to go off in a corner and eat the whole bag.
Right.
I would be the same person because I think the way sugar works is you eat sugar, or like a box of chocolates. You can eat a whole box of chocolates. After you eat the first few chocolates, your brain goes, I didn't get anything I needed from what you just ate. Can you give me some more? So you go have more. And the brain goes, nah, I'm looking for, nutrients and minerals and, things to build you up. I didn't get anything. That's why sugar is so addictive. It's the brain going, it's not giving me what I want. And think about that when you've got the cravings. The hardest time to give up sugar and sweets is initially, because the addictive part is already kicked in. Yes,
Okay,
Alan?
Michael Schwartz.
Michael Schwartz. That
Yeah,
sounds like
breaking
somebody we know.
news, NBC News, Elvis Presley is alive. He's back alive and well.
Thank you,
Okay.
Michael. Well, my friend Linda Thompson will be so happy. One night, my friend Linda Thompson, who was Elvis's girlfriend for so many years, and when Larry King had his show, it was one of Elvis's big birthdays. And he invited Linda on to talk about Elvis. And Linda was married to another friend of ours at this time. And I'll never forget, Larry said to Linda, so was Elvis the love of your life? And she said, yeah, he was the love of my life. And I'm at home, I went, oh, your marriage will not survive this. And it didn't.
Yep.
Anyway, she did love Elvis with her heart and soul. Can you imagine? I know 2 women who were Elvis's girlfriends.
Oh, that's right. I remember
Yeah.
one day you had lunch with those 2 women, and I
Yeah.
thought, who else in America can say they had lunch with
At the
2 of
same
Elvis's
lunch-
girlfriends?
At the same lunch in
That's
Malibu.
right.
And I thought, I'm not getting in the middle of this
That's
one.
right.
I don't want to know anything about it. I didn't ask any questions. I don't want to know.
Well, we actually spent years in Elvis's dressing room
You did?
at the Las Vegas Hilton
Yep.
in the 80s.
One of the highlights of my life.
And it was great,
Yeah.
and the president of the hotel wanted to rip everything out. He wanted to rip out everything: the
Yeah.
floors, the walls, take all the furniture out.
to be
and-
nice to me.
And we
Make it all
right,
shiny
That's
new.
right. We said, leave it alone.
Yeah.
We want to be in Elvis's dressing room. We want to see what it's like. We want to make sure that Elvis turns up every night, which he did. So did Colonel Parker.
Yeah.
I heard so many great stories from Colonel Parker.
There was an energy in that dressing room.
Yeah.
And during those years, I was the star of the Moulin Rouge at the Las Vegas Hilton. Sometimes I think over my career, a career I never went after. You know what I wanted to be? I wanted to be a weather girl. I thought if I could just get a job as a weather girl. And one time when I was on the Jay Leno show, he asked me, what kind of jobs I had in the past, and I was thinking, well, I was an Avon lady, and I was kind of going through. He said, were you ever a weather girl? I went, well, I tried out, but I didn't get it. And he had the clip of me auditioning for weather girl at, I think it was at the Westinghouse.
KPIX.
KPIX
right? in San Francisco. We have to get that.
I was like 19 years old. Remember the braless stage, or the hippies didn't wear it. And I had one good dress. It was called Jax, Jax, and I bought it. I saved up all my money I didn't have. I shouldn't have bought it. I was reckless and stupid and naive, and I should have paid rent.
Well, you were young.
I was young.
You were very young.
And I had no income, really. But I wanted this dress because Jacqueline Kennedy bought her dresses from Jax. And so I bought, there's like just a shirt dress with this thin kind of, their proprietary material. And my mother, who used to make my clothes, shortened it for me. I wore it so short, Alan said you could see my underpants. But I
could
was
see
young.
your panties, cute.
Right?
But also, do you think Jackie Kennedy walked around with no bra?
No bra and little underpants,
That's
no.
right.
But anyway, so when I'm trying out for Weather Girl, I wear my best dress. So there I am, as going, well, it's going to be real hot here, and then over there it's not as hot as it is up there. I was like the stupidest weather girl there ever was.
But they should have hired you.
As
The ratings would have gone through the
stupid
roof.
weather girl. Although at that time, San Francisco didn't have a sense of humor about that. Today,
That's true.
Today, Carol Wayne had not shown up yet on the Carson show. And I don't know if any of you remember Carol Wayne, that Johnny Carson used to have her on all the time. She played really ditzy. So anyway, I think about the Moulin Rouge, and that I danced down, I don't know, I think it was like 20 or 25 steps singing I Love Paris in the springtime.
And you rode Tanya the Elephant every
I
night.
rode Tanya the Elephant, and I had, 18 male dancers all in white top hats and tails. Imagine.
What
a trip.
We shared a wall with Tanya the Elephant's dressing room,
Yes.
which was huge.
Yeah.
And every night before every show, I would hear this thumping sound coming from Tanya's dressing room. So I went next door and I was talking to the trainer, and I said,
that.
"What's with the thumping?" He said, "Oh, watch this." And he said something to Tanya, and Tanya sort of jumped in place. I said, "So why is she doing that?" And he said, "So she'll poop down here instead of on the stage."
On the stage. Yeah, she never pooped on stage in the 2 years we were there. Anyway, I want to tell you what we've got today, because we're almost at the end of our show. The Gut Renew. You can buy one bag, or you can buy the 30-day challenge, which is 6 bags, and the program guide, which I highly recommend you order.
This is the basic kit.
Okay. And then this program guide doesn't come with the basic kit. It comes with which one?
No, it comes with the basic kit.
It comes with all the 30-day challenge
Okay,
kit.
Yes.
this comes. Sorry.
Then there's the Gut Renew 30-day challenge essentials kit.
Okay.
So you get the formula, the Gut Renew formula, you get the program guide, you get the advanced probiotic intestinal renew, and the prebiotic gut renew. Okay, it's all heavily discounted. Then, finally, you get the Gut Renew 30-day challenge transformation kit, 30-day supply. You get the Gut Renew, you get the 30-day challenge program guide, you get the advanced probiotic intestinal renew, the prebiotic gut renew, and the gentle colon renew, which I really love.
And that's the prebiotic is food for the probiotic. The gentle colon renew, like a lemon fizzy tea. The hydrochloric acid, if you've got a lot of burning. If you're burning, hydrochloric acid is your friend. And at the end of meals, digestive enzymes. There's one other thing we didn't talk about.
Oh, right.
We've got
Can I pop in for a testimonial before you do your last one?
Sure.
On Instagram, Kathy Spandadakis said, "I just had my chocolate peanut butter smoothie. It's the best. Gut Renew has changed my life. Feeling more energetic. Thank you, Suzanne, Allen, and Caroline."
Congratulations, Kathy. That's the one we had this morning. Is that my favorite? I'm not sure if it's my favorite, but it's right up there. The other thing that Alan and I put into our smoothie, we each take 2 scoops of the Gut Renew powder, so that's 4 per blender, and then I put 2 scoops of the immune powder, which in today's world, vitamin C and zinc formula powder, you want to keep your immune system as strong as possible. So if you can swing it, I highly recommend. And it's kind of tasteless. It just goes into the smoothie, and you're getting the benefits without any kind of medicinal taste or anything. Flavor, I'm a cook. It's all about flavor to me, and when I get something on my taste buds that's off or wrong, I don't like it. So I'll never give that to you. Even our prebiotic lozenge. Tastes great.
Okay.
So
and
that's our show
One
for
final
today.
testimonial
Okay.
from Cheryl Silva. Gut Renew is a hit. I cannot live without it.
Thank you, Cheryl. I agree. I'm with you. I'll see you all on today's Wednesday, Friday. Friday for
Friday, 5 p.m.
our cocktail party. Let's have a tequila together Friday night at 5 o'clock California time. Have a great day, everybody. Those of you on the West Coast, have a great afternoon. And those of you on the East Coast, have an enjoyable evening and dinner. And take care of yourself. Bye-bye.